this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to my channel. In today's pick a card reading, we're going to be talking about how Mercury Retrograde is going to clear the air for you to bring in some big blessings. I truly believe that magic comes with a price. By that, I mean anytime you want to create a change in your life or you want to manifest something or call something forth, it will require energy from you, and it will also require change in your life. And so there are things that will naturally have to move around or leave or go into place in order for you to be able to manifest this thing or step into this new reality or have this change. Now, this process a lot of times is smooth and delicate, but not always. Yeah, we can have a lot of fear as we move forward into creating changes, as we're trying to manifest something, or if we're doing some type of spell, or if we're, moving into a new path. And I believe that these Mercury retrograde cycles that come like 3 or 4 times a year come to help us make those changes. It comes to show us like these areas where we need to show up more in our life or be more present. It comes to show us like what is stuck or what isn't working, what we need to let go of. And sometimes it's like we're not even learning anything from it. There's just stuff happening and we're like, whoa, what is going on here? So yeah, it's definitely an interesting time in the energy right now. This Mercury retrograde is happening in opposition to Jupiter. So there's a strong like Jupiter blessing, luck, abundance kind of energy to this Mercury retrograde. I think that these next couple of weeks are going to help us manifest some really beautiful things. So if you're ready to dive into the energy of this Mercury retrograde and what's in store for you, or you're just a little confused about like what's going on right now, maybe this tarot spread will help you. Take a screenshot of this spread if you want to pull some cards along with me to get a more personalized reading. And then when you're ready, take some deep breaths, relax, and you're gonna pull a card or choose a card. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. Once you've chosen, head down to the comments or description below where the timestamps are posted, and you can just click on your timestamp and instantly be fast forwarded to your part in the reading. And I'll see you for your reading soon. For those of you guys who choose number 1, let's get right into this tarot spread. And the first card is the card that you chose, and the question is, what energy is this Mercury retrograde bringing into your life? And we're getting the release card. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. I bet when you see this card, there's a part of you that might be laughing a little bit. I feel like it's like the laughter through the tears. Maybe some tears are already coming up, or I don't know, I'm just sensing like a lot of tears that have been shed. Because I feel like this release for you, it wasn't really something that you wanted to release or you were expecting to release. I'm immediately thinking about like a breakup or something romantic. Like maybe you were in a situationship with someone and like what you really want is to have more of a commitment from a partner, or maybe move forward into like marriage, or somebody who really wants to just like be your man or your woman or your person. And you've been dealing with this person who just has not really been present for you, seems to like only want to come around when they want something, just a little selfish in the relationship. And so it's really hard, but you've had to let go. I see that some of you guys have recently blocked this person, or have just started leaving them on read, or have just decided I'm not going there anymore. Or I'm not going to seek them out anymore. And for the rest of you guys, it might have actually been like a real breakup. It could also be that this is a breakup that you had, or someone that left your life like a little while ago, but these Mercury retrograde energies are bringing this back up, and you're finding yourself feeling sad about it again, or a little tearful, or maybe even kind of angry about it. Like some anger or a little bit of rage coming up, and you're just like, whoa, like where'd that come from? But it might be because at the time that you went through this, a lot of times when we have a loss or some type of trauma or breakup, or somebody leaves our life, it can be very traumatic. And a lot of times we have to just survive and keep going. Like we have to go to work, we have to sometimes take care of the kids, or we have to pay the bills, or life just keeps going. And sometimes we don't always allow ourselves or always have the privilege of like slowing down and really being present with our emotions. So we'll kind of just move on, or sometimes we'll rebound and move to the next person, or we'll just go out with our friends a bunch and we'll kind of numb it, or we'll try to just like heal and process, but we don't actually give ourselves that time to really think about it. So what will happen months later, sometimes even years later, is we'll end up having nightmares about this person or this situation, or they'll come to us in our dream, or we might find ourselves thinking about them a lot in our downtime, or like maybe tears and stuff coming up. So there's this big message not to judge this process, not to judge what's coming up right now, or not to see what needs to leave your life or what's left your life as some kind of curse, or that you did something wrong, or that the universe is smiting you or punishing you or something. Your guides are just telling you that this thing or this person, and for some of you guys this could be a friendship or something like that this was a dead weight that just needed to be cut off. I found myself saying this to a couple people lately in personal readings. If you're someone that's had a personal reading with me and I said this to you recently and now you're watching this pick a card, that would be crazy. But there have been a couple people I've been telling, like, look, it's like a tree. When you cut off this dead weight, this dead branch, and it just falls to the ground, finally the tree can heal and then like can sprout new branches and have new growth and new, a new harvest, new blossoms, and that's you. So this is a very symbolic release. It is the end of a phase or a situation in your life. And your guides are like, look, it's just time to move on and move forward. Don't let this be your story anymore. It doesn't have to define you. And so I want to ask now, like, what blessings is this aspect to Jupiter going to bring you? Like, what manifestations are coming on the other side of Mercury retrograde? I love to pull cards like this during Mercury retrograde. It's just like, what can I look forward to after I go through this little spiritual boot camp, There's a message coming up about how, like, now you have a choice. Maybe you felt trapped in this situation or with this person, and your guides are like, this person being released from your life, it is actually a gift. And it might not seem like it at first, but they're saying, like, now you have a choice, because the energy of this person or this situation around you was kind of keeping you locked in to a certain perspective, locked into a certain lifestyle or way of being. And I also get the sense there was a part of you that was kind of bored with this situation, but it was very comfortable. So your guides are saying, now you have a choice, and you can actually make new choices, and you can make new moves forward in your life. And oftentimes on the other side of a breakup, I think the hardest part of the loss is not just losing the person, but it's like losing who you were when you were with them, or losing like this idea of what could have been with them, or like the future you had planned with them. And so there's all this new creativity around you, because it's like you literally have to move in a new direction now. There's no other choice. And so you're going to be blessed with all this creative energy and like all this productivity. You're going to get things done. You're going to tie up loose ends with things that have been hanging for so long. You're going to get this energy back. Motivation is going to come. You might even start some new projects. And they're also saying that this situation came to you to be a teacher. It is blessing you in some way. Some people are lessons, some others are blessings. So your guides are just trying to say that, like, they're sending sympathy your way because you're going through so many changes right now. It just feels overwhelming. And I also get the sense you're tired and drained, but they want you to know that your energy is going to come back. Your energy is going to come back. You're going to realize how much energy was being leached to this person or this situation. So now we're just going to pull final messages. Anything else you need to know about these next couple of weeks, this Mercury retrograde cycle, all the changes that are coming. It actually feels very exciting. Feels very exciting. Yeah, look at this. Your guides are saying justice is being served. The universe is going to do right by you. And you might be thinking about this person, this ex, or this person you broke up with. You might think like, they just seem so happy, like they always get what they want, or they just moved right on and they're, out there doing the thing they do. And here I am, the one suffering for it. And like, maybe you even think like I helped them forward in their life and like helped make them a better person. And I'm the one that has to suffer. Maybe you're the one who like got really like the shit end of the stick, when it comes to this relationship, and now you're here and you just feel like you have to pick up the pieces. But your guides are reminding you about karma. It's not like you want to wish ill on this person, but it might be hard to see them like appearing as if they're thriving or appearing like they just don't care. And I'm getting this message that they do care. They're just really good at covering it up. And I'm getting this other message that you're going to get word or some type of proof or like some type of message is going to come your way about this person or about this situation. And it might actually kind of be like, I hate to say it, but like kind of some bad news about them. Something that happened, some struggle they had, and it's going to be hard to hear because you want the best for this person, but there's also another side of you that is almost like, I want justice to be served. Like I want karma. Like I don't want them to get away with this. I don't want them to keep doing this to other people, or I don't want this all to be in vain or something. Like I hope they learned from it. And I feel like they are about to hit a rock bottom. Like they're riding on this high, unfortunately, from your energy and the sparkly vibes you brought into their life. But now they're out of your life and they're going to reap what they sow. Everyone does eventually, and you will probably get word of it. And so your guides are just trying to tell you this situation is going to be balanced, and like you're going to end up with someone incredible. Like first you have some moves to make when it comes to your career and your finances and like your stability, because I feel like this person or this situation kind of took that from you. It was hard for you to really build that with them because they were just so emotionally draining. And now you're taking your power back. This is all about how the blessings that are coming is like you can be more creative, you can be more productive, you can you're gifted with a new choice, so you can choose whatever path you want. Like all the doors are opening, and through that path, you are going to be reunited with love on a higher level. Like I get the sense that this person was more of a karmic partner. And I see you were deeply in love with them. You thought they were your twin flame, or you thought they were the one. But I get this sense that that you're going to meet someone who's going to really kind of show you what a true soulmate is. And you can have a deep connection with somebody and they end up being a karmic partner. You can have a wild, beautiful, passionate, lovely, tumultuous, romantic relationship with someone, think they're a soulmate, have a soul connection, but it turns out they were a karmic partner, and their purpose in your life was to help reflect things back to you that needed change, or to kind of show you the areas and the ways in which you're, not loving yourself or not showing up for yourself. So this relationship was not a punishment. They're trying to tell you this was not a punishment. It's not like, oh, you need to learn, so the universe sent this person in your life. But, there was some type of energy exchange, karma, give and take that needed to happen here. And you did a wonderful job, and you're only vibing higher from this, and you're going to get your energy back, and you're going to see that you didn't leave this relationship just in shambles and with nothing. That like you actually are leaving it with a lot of blessings and a lot of support and this like abundance from the universe, and doors will open and you're going to attract this amazing person. But first, you just got to feel your feelings and process this, no matter how long it's been since the breakup or since this event, or even if it's recent. The only way through this situation is just straight through it, can't go around it. Maybe you've tried that once, and that's why Mercury retrograde's bringing you back here to be like, hey, you really just pushed past this and never really faced it. So your guides are just saying, be unapologetic right now. Maybe a lot of friends and people you know are in a different vibe, because this Mercury retrograde is really inspiring some people. And you might be hearing about people getting recommitted to projects and making things happen and power moves. And maybe you feel the pressure to do that too. But just be unapologetic about where you're at right now. If you're not doing well, if you're upset, if you're processing this, just do you. And like, it's not always time to come out in the world and shine and celebrate. Sometimes it's time to just kind of like chill and process things and make your art or rest or just kind of live a normal life and just take it day by day. You're not going to be here forever. This is just going to, flow. And there's another last message. I'm going off, you guys. But my last message is that money's going to come. Don't be afraid that if you take this time for yourself and you heal and you're not like pushing super hard with your career or whatever right now, that you're going to be screwed. Like, you're worthy of money, you're worthy of finances, you're worthy of a good job, you're worthy of clients, you're worthy of whatever, and it's going to come to you. And a lot of times when we decide, you know what, I'm not going to focus on the career right now, I'm just going to heal and I'm going to rest and I'm going to trust my inner guidance. A lot of times, like, you'd be surprised that when you kind of give up and just step back, that's when it comes to you. That's when the job offer comes, or that's when the clients come, or that's when you get extra hours at work, or you get the promotion. So they're just like, you do you right now. Don't worry about making these power moves. This energy is going to come in a couple weeks. Right now, you got to be here with this, So I hope that helps. I didn't mean for this reading to be so long. Really got carried away. This is like a very specific message. So if it does resonate with you, please let me know in the comments below. I don't know. That's just what keeps me going. I would not keep doing these messages if there weren't people telling me I need this. Thank you. That resonated. I know there's got to be someone out there that needed this. So let me know if that's you, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 2, we're going to look into what energy is Mercury retrograde bringing to you right now. This is the card that you chose. We're in the middle of Mercury retrograde. What energy is it bringing to you? And we're getting the Knight of Earth. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. Oh, wow. I feel the energy of everything going on around you. I actually feel like you've been feeling very positive this Mercury retrograde. There's a part of you that might be looking over your shoulder, kind of wondering oh my God, what's going to happen? I hope and who knows, there could be some little things, but I feel like there's a strong energy of protection around you this Mercury retrograde. And I know that this is the most popular astrological transit, and even people that aren't into astrology always talk about this, tweet about it, put it in their stories and stuff, and like to blame everything on Mercury retrograde. But remember, anything that has a re in front of it is really good to do during this time. So recommit, replan, reconnect, recenter, repurpose. I feel like you've been going back to the drawing board the last couple weeks, especially the last few days. You've been making new vision boards, or you've been writing in your journal a lot, or making lists. I feel like you've been getting things done, you've been pretty productive, and you've been making some moves forward. And I don't really see any new ideas being formed. It's almost like you're moving forward with ideas you've had for a long time, or you're finally getting it down on paper, or you're finally visualizing what would that look like. And so because of this, the energy of the universe is really just smiling upon you right now. I mean, it feels like you were standing at the base of this mountain for so long, just looking up at it and thinking, gosh, I really don't have the energy for that right now to climb this thing. So I'm just going to kind of chill here in this valley for a while. It's nice, right? But then you realized, you know what? I don't have to do this alone. I can get support. and I can like educate myself, and I can get the tools I need. So you're like all equipped, and you're like ready, and like you're starting your journey up this mountain, and you're realizing it's a lot easier than you thought, but it looked a lot bigger from the base. And the path is just, I'm getting carried away with this metaphor. But the whole point is that you really seem to be getting things done. You're honoring your commitments. You're buckling down on everything. And your guides, your angels are really supporting you. They're just like, yes, you're doing it. You might even be getting messages in your dreams a lot, encouraging you to do the thing you said you're going to do. And it might feel like it's just this little thing, like getting back into drawing or taking that online course you've had saved for a while, or signing up for that thing, or perhaps it's like reaching out to that friend that you wanted to start that thing with. And it's just like, it feels like it's just the littlest thing, but it's such a big deal. It is such a big deal. That's what I'm getting, is like, this is a big deal, and you've really been doing such a great job. So anyways, we're going to move on now to what blessings are coming on the other side of this Mercury retrograde cycle, especially with this aspect to Jupiter. Mercury retrograde can really send you through a loop, but once it's all over, you do get like some blessings, rewards. I always look forward to that. Like a prize. I think you know what's waiting for you on the other side of this, because you've set some goals, and like you have a clear vision, and you know what your end game is. Maybe it's some like material stuff, like a beautiful house, financial stability, a business that's very profitable. Perhaps it's marriage and children and a lovely house. I feel like I keep tapping into the house, the home, the living situation. That could be a huge goal of some of you guys. I also feel like this general energy of wanting to get this gift that you have out into the world. And I also feel like you just don't care anymore what people think. Like that fear and that paralysis that you had like months ago is just gone. Like you don't care anymore what people think. You're just so ready to launch this thing, or to get your art out there, or to start that podcast, or to, go for, put the down payment on the house. Like it just feels like this is something you've been longing for a long time, and it's very valuable. It could be like expensive, or it could be financially, or it could take a huge investment of time, or like that's why it's the mountain, because it's a big commitment. It's probably going to take years, or a huge investment of your energy, your finances. But your guides are saying that this is manifesting. So there will be unexpected resources coming your way. There will be unexpected help. There are people that have a soul contract that they made before they even came down to this earth, that they were going to help you on this path. Don't wait for the help, because the way that you generate that and you manifest those miracles is by doing your part. But don't worry, I feel like you're going to do your part. You really seem like you're on a roll. No one can stop you. It's like a firecracker's been lit. So the confusion is gone too. That's something that I just get this sense of like, for months there, you were very confused. Like I keep getting this word in my head, analysis paralysis. Like you were really struggling to make a decision, and you didn't know what you want, but now it's been clarified, and you're moving forward, you're honoring these commitments, and the confusion is gone. Any more blessings coming your way? Whoa. Influence. So some of you guys really do, this could be talking about being like an influencer, maybe having like, something online where you have followers and supporters, clients, customers, or you're like building hype about something. This could even just be like influence in general, like the ability to make a change or make a difference in your community or even in the world. And so they're saying that is what you're manifesting. Very valuable. And I also feel like you're somebody who came here to really express your emotions and express your feelings, to help other people process their emotions and their feelings, and to like teach people not to be ashamed of that. So the work that you're going to be doing, or this path, has something to do with that. Yeah, and your guides are saying that like this time around you're not giving up, because I feel like you've started this path and then you stopped it. You've started the path and then you've stopped it. Or you've started this one path and then you gave up, started another path, gave up, started this path, gave up. But I'm getting this message that like, this is different. This time is different. You're going to be devoted. You're not giving up. So I'm going to ask now if there are any final messages, the last part of this spread, any final messages that you need to know about the next couple weeks, Mercury retrograde, all this stuff going on. Be aware of the illusions that Mercury retrograde brings about. Someone might say something to you or send you a text and it's coming across one way, but they actually meant it this way. I keep getting like, don't jump to conclusions. Remember that there can be communication issues and disruptions during this time. This also makes me think about protection, how you need to maybe protect your ideas and your commitments. Other people around you might notice that you're busier, that you're getting things done, that you're not as available, or they might see that you're like getting online and you're like influencing, or perhaps they see that, you know, you're honoring all these commitments and there's been a change in you. And so sometimes when you do that, people are so used to you being one way or like having this certain routine and schedule, and they might look at you and judge that or ask you questions or kind of poke at that. And, you know, most times if it's someone close to you, they mean it from a good place, but sometimes they can be threatened, you know, because when you start moving forward and you start glowing up and you start getting stuff done, everyone around you who needs to do that, they're going to feel a little pressured and uncomfortable, and you're going to mirror that back to them, and they might like the inner conflict they have with themselves, they might project onto you. So this is about how if Mercury retrograde is going to do anything to you, it could be a little bit of conflict with others. But just remember that always mirrors back the conflict within them. And if you're having conflict, it could be to ask yourself, what conflict within me is, you know, being triggered by this. Your biggest fears and doubts and worries, your inner critic, the tapes that play in your head, all of that will come up a lot at this time, because I mean, you're just really shining and you've really built something beautiful for yourself, and you really have your roots in the ground and nothing's going to stop you. And it's a time of big changes. And that's usually when our doubts and our fears and our inner critic gets the worst. So just know you might be dealing with that, but it's okay. It's normal. You don't have to silence your inner critic. There's no such thing as bad thoughts. Just learn to let the thoughts and the stuff move through you. Accept the fact that you're an emotional creature. You're sensitive, just like the birds and the cats and the dogs and the animals. You're part with nature. You're sensitive, and that's okay. You don't have to be perfectly positive, perfectly pumped every day, to feel super confident about it, to even feel good about it all the time. Just honor your commitments. So I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Let me know if this resonates below. I always love catching up with you guys, hearing what's going on with you, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 3, let's see what vibe is Mercury retrograde bringing into your life right now. What's going on around you? This is the first part of the spread, the card that you chose. And we're getting the Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement. Change your life now. Now, when I look at this person, they look so determined. They are happy and they're smiling and they're like, I've got this. But there's also this energy of like a little bit of like frustration behind them. What I mean by that is I'm tapping into a situation here where you might be really fed up with what's going on with your career or your workplace, your work-life balance, your financial situation, just how you're making a living. A lot of root chakra energy, the red card here, root chakra. And then these 2 moons here, I mean, that's just incredible. This points out to me 2 major manifestations that are going to come to you on the other side of this kind of bomb going off in your life. One manifestation is a home or a purchase of a property or something to do with making your living situation extremely comfortable and very settled. The second opportunity is financial. It's a job, it's a career, it's something you create for yourself. It's an inheritance, it's a windfall, something kind of like that. And so this is on the horizon here. But I get the sense that right now, at the time I'm giving you this reading, there is a lot of drama in the workplace. A lot of drama in the workplace. I get that there's someone who seems to just really be jumping down your throat, and you've had to like really pull up your inner strength and your divine masculine energy to like stand up against this person. Now, I know this isn't about gender and stuff like that, but I also got this. I just have to say it. I know there's all types of people watching this, but I feel like some of you guys are dealing with a lot of misogyny in the workplace. A lot of misogyny. A lot of energy of, being held back because you're a woman, not being given the raise or the opportunity, or watching, something like that happening, that being part of the conflict. If that's not it, it might just be that you're feeling like these people are misunderstanding you or kind of judging you, and like there's been communication issues. And you know that Mercury retrograde brings up these communication issues, and especially in the workplace. And so you're just fed up and you're tired and you're exhausted, and it might feel like you've just been going around in circles because you just want to find a place that you can really devote yourself to. And you're not looking for a perfect situation. I see that. I see that you're not looking for a perfect situation, that you understand that like there's going to always be growth. You might not always get along with everyone, but there's difference between just like normal conflict and sometimes going through rough patches, being challenged at work, and there being like an occasional asshole or narcissist, and then being in an extremely toxic, draining environment that's challenging your body and your soul and your energy, and just feeling like you're a slave. And this is kind of a late stage capitalism thing. This is the whole system right now that's crumbling. This is you being worked like a dog and them trying to get everything they can out of you. And I think that you're just feeling disrespected, like as a person, like as a human being. And like the hard thing is you feel shamed or guilty that like, almost like you wish you could choose something else, but you have all these responsibilities and obligations. And I get this sense, like, not to beat up on yourself about it, that you are going to move to a really beautiful situation in your career. And unfortunately, this was just kind of the path that you needed to get there. Spirit also wants you to look back at some of the celebrations that you've had along the way, because there have been promotions you've gotten, or really cool opportunities you've gotten, or people that have complimented you, work that you've done that has been incredible. And you've really learned so much and grown so much, and you're so capable now. And some of these experiences brought that to you, and you needed that. And it might not make sense sometimes when you look back, like, why did I have to work here or go through this? And of course, you always have a choice. But I don't know, I'd like to share with you real quick that I worked at a workplace once for like 13 years, and it was really traumatizing. Like, I literally had a nightmare about it last night. Like, I still think about this job in this workplace sometimes. It was hard for me. Like, I just went through so much there. I felt like I'd never get out. And Now I look back and I realize that that job, I learned so much. Like I learned a lot about healing. I learned a lot about counseling. I learned a lot about teaching. I learned a lot about speaking in front of others, like customer service. Like that job taught me so much. And like I've been able to take that with me and like bring that into my future. And so this situation, you're taking the gems and the wisdom forward. But yeah, the whole point is you're leaving the situation behind and you need to move now. You need to move soon. Mercury retrograde might not be a good time to necessarily sign a contract. And if you go looking for another job or opportunity right now, you might not find one. But if you've been telling yourself for a long time, I want to find a new job, or I want to move on, or I want to level up, or I want to start something else, then recommit yourself to that path, either by vision boarding, writing down what you want, brushing up your resume, kind of taking a look around. Once again, the opportunity might not pop up now, but if you just maybe write it down in your journal, this is what I want, or just kind of, I don't know, sometimes I just cry and I tell the universe, like, I surrender. I've been pretending like I've been happy with this and trying to be thankful, but the truth is I'm not. I don't want this anymore. Like maybe it's time to let yourself just kind of break down and be like, damn it, I'm here again, or damn it, like it's time to go, So anyways, let's pull cards about what blessings are coming to you with this aspect to Jupiter that we have. And also, just on the other side of Mercury retrograde, you tend to get a lot of blessings and harvest and, oop, that just flew out. Interesting. Your guides are saying, remember your original ambition. They want to take you all the way back to when you were like a teenager, 17, 18, 19, around those ages. You had some crazy dream. You're like, I'm going to move to the city and I'm going to be the CEO of this thing. I'm going to have my own building. Or maybe you were like, I'm going to be a rancher and I'm going to have a huge property and grow organic vegetables and have 10 horses and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm making up random stuff, but maybe you had some big dream. And then like, as you kind of got into the work world and started your career path, you just started to feel like an average Joe or an average Jane, or you started feeling like more of a cog in the system, and you started realizing the flaws of the system and the corporate world and how you gotta kind of like climbing the ladder, and like how to do it and you've come so far. But I feel like there's a part of you that's thought, I think I'm just gonna settle for this, or this is just how it is and I'm just gonna have to deal. And maybe you've seen other people create something amazing or have great opportunities, but it's really easy to point out that, oh, they came from money, or they had this advantage, or it's because they did this when they were this age, or it's because they had time for that. So you're like coming up with all these excuses, but your guides are like, look, you were born for this. You were born to do this. Go back to your original dream. And yeah, you've changed a lot since then, but there's still something for you there. There's still something like that's where you're going to basically end up. And this has been a really roundabout path to get there, but you're still going to get there. And I feel like you're going to appreciate yourself more and the journey more and have less imposter syndrome coming at that goal this way than if you just would have went straight to that. So don't feel, you might just be like, well, I'm going right back to the thing I started with, right back to the beginning. Because in a lot of ways, you're going to have to start over. You might have to start a completely new path. You might have to start your own business. You might have to, like, there's something about starting over and being humbled and putting in the work and the time and the years. And that's hard because you just want out of this situation now. And that's why your guides are saying you need to find a new job. You need to find it, really work on your work-life balance and your anxiety and find peace and heal and like set really strong boundaries and not get as involved in like the drama and like realize how you're contributing. It's hard to hear, but like I get that. And I also see that like go back to your original plan. Go back to your original plan. And they're saying this situation, this path, like you don't want to be on it forever. But you have obligations, bills, responsibilities you signed up for, things like that. So you're going to have to something's got to give here. You need more emotional energy. you need more energy for yourself, and you are going to have to hold down this job and also be able to do your side hustle or your project or your art or your vision or your business or training, schooling, whatever it is. And so it's a lot, but like this breakdown has been coming for a long time, and it's only because like on the other side of this, there's a new job, there's tons of abundance, there's peace, there's better work-life balance, but you have to create it. It's not going to come, and it's not going to come through a new job. The answer is not just to get a new job and that's it. You also have to do the work. And so they're saying that like, you have no idea the possibility. You need to just choose the wildest thing, because you didn't come here to just play it small. You're one of those people that is going to do something incredible, and you didn't need to be a prodigy. You didn't need to do this in your early 20s. You know, maybe this is something that will be more accomplished in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. That's normal. Like, life takes time to live. Experience takes time to build. Building a legacy takes time to create. So don't pout about how this hasn't happened yet and your time is over and you didn't have this position and you weren't rich or you weren't born into this or you're not that. You are going to make it. And I'm getting this message like, you have talent. That's something that like not a lot of people have, you know? Money can't buy talent. Privilege can't buy talent. Really, that's something that is innate to you. And so I think when you see this talent card, you know that you got some talents. Come on. And then another thing that you have going for you is you have a strong intuition. I hope that this message is just repeating to you what your intuition has already told you about this situation. I feel like you're always 10 steps ahead because of your intuition. And you might just be wondering, when is the time for me to make this move? And I'm getting this message that it's time to start slowly walking in that direction. You don't need to run or force it. Just pace yourself. But yeah, it's time to start walking in that direction. They want you to give it time, because your time at this current job or company, it might not be over yet, but you're getting ready to move on. They're also saying that something that really brings you energy is socializing, having people over, entertaining, going out, exploring, meeting new friends. Like, you never have problems with that. And that's probably how you're going to attract this new career opportunity, is through like a new person. And you'll know because their energy is so great. Like, you're going to just feel good about it, because you're going to be like, this person works for this place and their energy is amazing. Like, there's no way that they're in survival mode and being drained. It feels like you can just tell by this person's energy that it's going to be a good place to work. And yeah, they're saying socialize now. So maybe even this weekend, just clear everything off your plate and have fun and socialize and relax and just start chatting people up. You're going to just manifest this before you know it. So yeah, we're pulling any final messages, anything else you need to know about this Mercury retrograde cycle. And I think I was just doing that, but let's pull some more. You haven't reached the end of your rope. Maybe lately you've just felt like, God, I don't even know what to do or where to go. I feel stuck. But I think it's because you need to look at this from a different perspective. You never thought you would make it this far. You've made it so far. You never thought you'd be here. That's why you're stumped. You've actually had a lot of success. You've done amazing and you've accomplished so much. And now that's why it's time to go back to the drawing board, because you never thought you'd make it this far. It's like, what's next? You're the Queen of Wands. You're the entrepreneur. You're the business person. You're the artist. You're the influencer. You're meant to shine. You're not supposed to be working underneath other people. You're supposed to be a leader and calling the shots. So you need to go be on the top. And that's going to take a lot of risk. Read books of people who are CEOs. Read books about, biographies of people who want to go on a similar path you're on. Like, see how they did it, be inspired. Stop telling yourself that it's only because of privilege and wealth and this and that. You know, there's people out there, this sounds messed, but there's people who come from worse situations than you and they did it. And that's not to tell you, oh, you should have done it by now, or, you know, shame you or anything, but it's to encourage you that, like, you have some tools, you have talents, and you can do this. You can do this. Trust your intuition. You knew this was coming. It's time to make your power move, but not just yet. Yeah, an opportunity is coming. There will be like an unexpected opportunity that will take you to this new career and take you onto this new path. So it's not like you're going to have to do it all yourself and like go searching for everything. It will come. So beautiful. I hope this message resonated with you. It ended up being very long and kind of unexpected, but if you felt like this really spoke to you, let me know. I love chatting with you guys in the comments below. Thank you for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out.